I want to run 6/3 wire from my main panel, down through the wall, across the house through the crawl space and out to a spa panel. I would staple the wire to the bottom of the floor joists, and run it up through the wall and directly to the spa panel. Does this all sound up to code? Thanks.
Have you talked to a construction professional about the floor?
No, but I have been in the crawl space and there is already some wires running along the joists.
Do you plan on doing the work yourself?
Yes.
Anything else we should know to help you best?
I was planning on using a 60 amp double pull. The distance from the side of the house with the main panel and the side of the house with the spa panel will be is about 42 feet.
Hello, my name is. I will be happy to answer your home improvement or electrical question. Also note that the website may be sending you a telephone offer. The offer is not originating from me. Therefore, disregard the phone offer as it is only an option. 1. Are you installing an Romex cable? If so, will any portion of the cable be located on the exterior of the home? 2. I assume you will be using a GFCI as a disconnect for the spa, is that correct? 3. The spa pump motor along with any metal piping systems and all grounded metal parts in contact with the water must be a solid copper wire not smaller than 8 AWG copper. 4. 6 AWG copper is rated for 60 amps, so you are good on the conductor size. 42 feet on a 240 volt circuit results in a 1% voltage drop or a loss of 2.4 volts. The National Electrical Code recommends that the voltage drop be limited to 3% or less, so you are code compliant there. 5. Stapling to the bottom of the floor joists is okay.
Do you recommend NM Romex cable for this application? If I need to run any of the wire outside, it would only be a very short run up the wall to the disconnect. How high do I need to mount the disconnect?
1. NM Romex cable is allowed only on the interior of the home, but not allowed on the exterior as that will result in a code violation. NM Romex is not rated for wet and or UV conditions. 2. Liquid-tight flexible metal conduit using insulated THWN conductors is the most common method for the exterior portion from the spa panel to the spa. No problem. 3. If the exterior cabling or LFMC is subject to any physical damage, it must be protected. 4. Common height for the disco panel is around 48 inches from the finished grade or deck or patio area. Does that help to answer your questions?
Is NM Romex not allowed outdoors, even if in conduit? It would be just 1 or 2 feet?
1. Per Article 334.12b, 4, in the 2017 National Electrical Code, NM Romex cable is okay in dry locations only. Not allowed in damp and or wet conditions. The exterior of a home is considered as both damp and wet. Not allowed per code even if installed in conduit. 2. If installing conduit, you just run individual insulated type THWN conductors.
Got it. Thank you very much. This is helping me a great deal.
No problem, glad to assist. If you have any additional questions, just let me know and I'll be glad to answer them for you. Otherwise, don't forget to rate me before you log off. Thanks. Kevin. 1. Make sure you use an insulated equipment ground wire inside the LFMC to meet code. Thank you for the positive service rating. Much appreciated. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Take care. Have a great evening and a happy 2019 New Year. Thanks again. Kevin.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
I'm back. I can't get the wires down through the wall, like I was planning, due to the concrete slab of the garage where the main panel is located. I will need to run individual wires in Conduit. I will need to punch it through to the exterior from the panel. From there, is it okay to run the conduit to the crawl space through the foundation vent? Do I need to run 4 wires? 2 hot, 1 neutral, 1 ground, with a neutral and the ground connected to the neutral bar inside the main box. Thanks again.
1. If you are installing EMT metal conduit, then you don't require the ground wire out to the transition box where you will install liquid type. The EMT will act as the ground wire. However, from the transition box or from the SPA disco box, you will need an insulated ground wire inside the LFMC out to the SPA. The conduit will require 2 hots and 1 neutral. The LFMC will require 2 hots, 1 neutral and 1 insulated ground wire. All wires being rated as type THWN for wet conditions. 2. Neutral and ground are only bonded together at the main service disconnect and never bonded together downstream. Since installing EMT, there will be no separate ground wire for the circuit inside the main panel since the EMT will act as the ground. 3. If installing any EMT on the exterior of the home, the box connectors and/or couplings need to be the compression type and not the set screw type. Say screw fitting are not rated for wet conditions.
I'm okay to run the EMT conduit through the crawl space.
Sure, it is done all of the time. No problem on that.
The wire I've seen at Lowe's says THHN. Would this possibly be dual rated? Will this be okay for the run from the main panel to the SPA panel? Then I would go to an electrical supply house for the run to the hot tub, as I assume they will know and have exactly what I need for that.
1. Most wires sold today are dual rated as THHN/THWN. Look at the exterior insulation as it should have the THWN rating on it also. 2. You can install the dual rated wire, THHN/THWN, for the entire circuit.FR on the panel all the way out to the SPA.
Thank you again so much.
No problem at all, glad to assist. Take care, and have a great New Year's Day. Thanks. Kevin.
What size conduit do I need for 3 number 6 wires? Is 3/4 of an inch big enough, or do I need 1 inch?
1. 3/6 AWG copper will fit inside a 3/4 of an inch EMT and will be code compliant. However, since 6 AWG wires are fairly thick, you can increase the conduit size to 1 inch diameter as this will make the wire pull much easier.
Cool. Thanks again.
No problem.
If the hot tub requires 50 amps with number 6 wires, does that mean from the disconnect only, or does that mean all from the main panel?
1. The entire circuit.E.FR on the double pole breaker in the main panel into the disconnect and to the hot tub terminal block.
The hot tub should have that noted on its panel.
1. All depends upon the manufacturer. Most manufacturers will state only the circuit breaker size and may or may not state the required conductor size in their instruction sheet. A 50 amp circuit requires 6 AWG copper conductors in order to be code compliant. A circuit is defined as the conductors originating from the overcurrent device, breaker, and extending all the way out to the load. If you reduce the circuit conductor size, that's a code violation as well as a potential fire hazard.
Okay. I was told I could use 8-gauge wire, but I will go with 6, as I am sure this big tub will call for 50 or 60 amp breaker. I'll be taking a look this evening. Thank you again.
1. Whoever instructed you to use 8 AWG copper wire on a 50 amp breaker does not know the conductor ampacity and the National Electrical Code. 8 AWG copper is rated for a maximum of 40 amps. If installing a 50 or 60 amp breaker on 8 AWG copper, this will allow 50 or 60 amps of current and the wires will heat up and can possibly cause a fire, as well as a code violation. 2. The cut sheet on the tub should state the amperage or the required breaker size for the circuit.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.